let's jump right into it. Today, we're diving into an explainer that takes this incredibly ancient, mind-bending story from the Anand Ramayana and uses it to reveal a cosmic truth that will, honestly, it's going to fundamentally change how you view reality. We're looking at a tale of a royal ring, a fiercely devoted servant, and the absolute, relentless wheel of time. So we start our narrative right in the thick of an impossible dilemma. The big question, can devotion actually defeat destiny? Picture this. The golden age of Ayodhya is coming to an end, and time itself has seemingly just frozen, right at the palace gates. What we're witnessing here is the ultimate cosmic standoff. On one side, you've got Hanuman. He's the literal embodiment of absolute, unmovable devotion, physically blocking the doorway. And on the other side, Yamraj, the god of death. He represents unstoppable destiny and the sheer, undeniable progression of time. Hanuman is absolutely refusing to let his beloved Lord Rama pass on. And Yamraj? Well, he knows he can't just forcefully breach that kind of pure devotion. Now, Lord Rama is watching this unfold from his throne, and he knows he can't fight his own ultimate protector. So what does he do? He initiates this incredibly gentle, mysterious diversion. A royal ring simply slips from his finger. It clinks sharply against the marble floor, rolls for just a second, and then completely vanishes into this tiny, invisible crack. Then, with a soft sigh, Rama just says, "My ring. I need it, Hanuman." And with those few simple words, his devoted servant is sent on a sudden quest. Instantly shrinking down smaller than a bee, Hanuman dives straight into that dark crack in the floor. He's thinking, this is going to be a quick retrieval for my lord. I'll be right back. But man, the descent feels endless. He dives way past the palace foundations, tearing through heavy bedrock and the ancient stones of Ayodhya. He is dropping for what feels like hours. The air shifts from comfortably cool to burning hot, and suddenly it smells intensely of sulfur and raw electricity. Finally, Hanuman lands in Nagalok. This is an eerie, ancient, perfectly silent serpent empire way, way below human existence. There is absolutely no sunlight down here. The whole realm is illuminated by the strange neon blue-green and golden glow coming from divine gems resting on giant snake hoods. It's like time down here just breathes, incredibly slowly. And in this silent depth, he meets the king of the Nagas, Vasuki. Vasuki just sits there, in this heavy silence, carrying the weight of literal epochs in his unblinking stare. In fact, the text beautifully describes his eyes as being like two deep pools of liquid time. Now, what's really fascinating is that King Vasuki isn't surprised in the slightest by Hanuman's sudden, frantic arrival. He doesn't even ask who Rama is. He just simply tilts his giant, majestic head toward the center of the cave, drawing Hanuman's attention to this massive, glittering mountain in the semi-darkness. Just imagine the absolute shock hitting Hanuman right now. I mean, he expected to find a pile of ordinary stones at the bottom of the world. Or, maybe some forgotten gold coins. Instead, the stunning reality is that this massive mountain in front of him is constructed entirely of royal rings. Walking closer, a wave of relief washes over him for a split second. He picks up a ring and clearly sees the royal emblem of the Sun Dynasty and the name Shree carved perfectly into the gold. He's thinking, I found it, but then his eyes drift downward to the rest of the pile. He scoops up a handful of rings, and to his absolute horror, there aren't just a few, there are millions of them, and every single one of them is completely, flawlessly identical. Hanuman's mind, a mind capable of crossing oceans in a literal heartbeat, is completely stumped by this impossible mystery. He stares at the mountain and thinks, in a pile of millions of identical rings, which one belongs to my Rama? Desperate for answers, he turns back to Vasuki. And this is where Vasuki reveals a grand, mind-bending concept, the Kala Chakra. Time, he explains, is not a straight line. It's an infinite, eternal wheel where the universe is continuously born, lives, dies, and is reborn. Think about this cosmic loop for a second. Vasuki explains that in every single age, this exact story plays out. A Rama is born, a war is fought, and a Hanuman tries to stop time out of pure love. And because of that, a ring is always dropped and a Hanuman is always sent to search for it. The sheer scale of this is just staggering. Every single ring on that massive mountain represents a completely different epoch. Each piece of gold is a unique lifetime of service and an entire history of profound devotion and eventual loss. There have literally been as many Rams and Hanumans as there are rings in that massive pile.
In a flash, it hits him. Hanuman realizes the dropped ring wasn't an accident at all. It was a profound message from Rama about the absolute inevitability of change. Trying to stop his form is like trying to stop the flow of a river. The river just has to flow. Hanuman suddenly understands that his grief and his fierce devotion are part of a massive cycle, something much larger and older than his own ego. He isn't unique, but he is eternal. He realizes he's just one beautiful note in a cosmic song that has been sung since the very beginning of time. So, in this beautiful, kind of melancholic moment of acceptance, Hanuman does what true love always requires. He gently opens his fist. He lets the ring fall right back into the millions. And then he turns in silence to begin the long, lonely climb back to Earth. His incredible journey back to the surface ends as he emerges into the palace, regaining his normal size, and as he steps out, the crack in the marble floor seals perfectly behind him, leaving smooth stone as if the crack and that entire mind-bending journey never existed at all. He returns to find exactly what he was trying to prevent. The throne is completely empty. Lord Rama has entered the Saryu River and merged back into the infinite ocean. But this time, Hanuman doesn't shout. He doesn't shake the palace in grief. And that brings us to the absolute core lesson of our explainer today. Hanuman finally understands he was trying to protect a fleeting moment, and it is the very nature of moments that they must eventually pass. Joy, separation, love, they all cycle back in their own time. So, as we wrap up and reflect on this infinite wheel of time, I want to leave you with one final, powerful question to ponder. In the grand, infinite cycle of time, what are you holding onto that you finally need to let go of? Think about it. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.